The perfect dining room table is out there waiting to be found on HomeDepot.com. No, you won't have to build it. Because now at the Home Depot, you can get everything from dining chairs to dinnerware. And with easy in-store returns, bring it back if you do decide to build one yourself. Save up to 25% on select dining room furniture, plus free and flexible delivery. Shop decor now at HomeDepot.com. More saving, more kinds of doing. Valid on select items online only, free delivery on select items $45 or more. Visit HomeDepot.com for more information.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.
Oh, I see. I like it. Before we go into this.
Oh, man.
Hey, this is Jim, the Key Bartender, coming to you from Blackwater Siren on the south side of Jewfish Creek, on the south side of Jewfish Creek Bridge. We're on Blackwater Sound. It is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous day. The sun's shining. We're on the deck here.
We were actually out here playing, I think, Friday night. And
that's Bill Wissinger.
The sunset was gorgeous from here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am joined today by
what's
Bill
the name
Wissinger,
of this road, man, that you get off
US
on?
1.
No, man. The
Yacht Club Drive.
Yacht Club Drive.
Okay. Yacht Club Drive.
Wandering, meandering as a thought is
very many yachts,
Luke
man.
Summer Glenn.
Hey, are we playing a game and interrupt Jim while he's trying to introduce everybody?
No, I'm not
we're
trying.
Pretty good at that.
We're good at this?
No, that's all right. I'm just trying to correct. Not correct. Introduce everyone.
Oh, introduce away.
This is Joshua Kassel, a bartender. I'm pointing, which doesn't really work in the medium we're working, but I'm pointing to my right.
Because I didn't wash my hair
a bartender I worked with for 8 years at a place in Key Largo.
God rest her soul.
We're friends, and he is a personality of interest. But we are at Blackwater Siren, and it is a Tuesday, and we're going to be eventually doing it. We're going to go reintroducing the live show. We do a live podcast in that we don't edit. Josh, that's when I say it's live. We don't edit. We go with what we have. Obviously, if it goes,
who's got time to sit and edit, man? Fuck that.
No,
shit.
well, you're right. You're fucking right, Luke. But this week's episode is called "Where Are My Fucking Keys?" Who do you think these keys are going to be about? Who do you think this story is going to be about?
Has to be me because
it's going to be about you.
Fucking keys.
I know it's going to be about you. We're going to talk about that later.
Disappeared for a whole week, man, and showed up at the Caribbean Club.
But you know what?
Because of my dog's first fucking. Tag.
Well, that's one of the stories.
Tag.
But I first met Luke. I'm looking at the place right across the sound here, Gilbert's, where I first met. I met Luke. Yeah, it was at Gilbert's or at the Caribbean Club. And
been the Encore.
No. I was working at the Encore. I've been working at the Encore, but almost within a couple months, like 4 or 5 months, I met you at the Caribbean Club, and then I think we really started talking when you were performing on Saturday afternoons.
I've played so many different schedules over there over the years.
Yeah, and one of the bartenders here is Jim. I worked with him over at Gilbert's.
Yeah, I worked with Jim over at Gilbert's.
Jim, and they used to go and say, "Which Jim?" And they go, "Tall Jim."
Yeah.
There you go. What?
The other tall Jim.
Which tall Jim are you talking about?
No,
there's two tall Jims here.
No, rude Jim, man. That's how I.
Is that what I mean?
That's him.
I didn't know.
Jim will yell at you for ordering a foo-foo drink. Fuck you. You're getting a shot.
Why? You know what? I did have a guy.
Man, that's supposed to be. That's supposed to happen.
Hey, Luke, I did have a guy come up, and he was wearing a Mac truck hat, and he goes, "I'll have a vodka, cranberry, splash of lime, a little triple sec, and a side of a lime wedge." And he goes, "That's all right. That's just a copy." I go, "Oh, did you get that?" And I say, "Yeah, I got that. That's a Cosmo." That's just like all those girls on Sex and the City, those women that drinking on Sex and the City. A guy looks at me. He was burning up looking at me. It was right over there. I can almost see the seat. If you look a little to the right of that tiki, he was sitting right over there looking at me and going, why do you say that? Well, hey, man, you're ordering a Cosmo. It's like instead of saying a vodka and orange juice, telling everyone, and then
Hey, interesting fact is the Cosmo was invented by a man in the 1980s. So
almost every
if that
drink
makes him feel any better, it was a drink invented by a man.
Whoever invented that drink probably wouldn't suck a dick, but I bet they would hold one in their mouth.
It originally came with a roofie in it.
Guys invent drinks. Bartenders invent drinks to get girls' panties off.
Oh, yeah, we actually used to do...
those are mind erasers.
No,
yeah,
that's pink panty pull-downs.
Well, it's just something too. You can't. Otherwise we'd be just saying. Someone like me is like, "What's your drink?" And it'd be like a bourbon neat and a Budweiser. I mean, actually, I'm not a Budweiser. I used to be Yingling before the guy went for the orange guy.
See, growing up in the country, man,
yeah, the orange guy.
Always
we try not to be too
time to go home. When the
Yeah.
interior light came on in the cab of the truck, they knew it was time to go.
Well, I'm working on one right now. I call it the Cosbypolitan. It's got all the same ingredients except for just one that I will not disclose on air.
Okay. GHB.
I'm working on a patent right now.
It puts the sedative in the cocktail. I can't do voices. I can't do fucking voices. That's the thing.
If you were making me laugh so hard, I'd do my best Cosby, but it's gone. I can't do it.
I can't do an Arnold one too. Yeah. He wasn't a bartender.
You mean Fat Albert? What are you talking about, Arnold?
Arnold. I can do an Arnold one every so often.
Oh, like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I can't do Fat Albert. I can do up to that point maybe.
Rape.
I like that big ass you got there.
Baby, man.
Now you sound like
the Swedish chef is here.
Swedish chef. You're trying to say, I'll be going down to bowling. You know what? This is slightly going down a racist road. I really want to go.
Let's not do this anymore. I'm sure we have
I just
wonderful.
can't do the voices. Just because you can't do the voice doesn't make you a racist.
Well, because you've been to Poland, I would imagine you have some Polish listeners.
Oh, we do.
But that's different than
Polish
Swedish,
girls.
And therefore I just was racist.
No, the two Polish girls. No, Swedish. Yeah. Well, I got a friend in Sweden. Steve Kowalski, I'm going to send him a shout out. He's an educator and also a comedian. He married a Swedish woman and has kids over. He lives in Sweden. He's from Northeast Philadelphia.
I worked with him for bikini team by any chance?
He's a really cool guy. He's a funny guy.
I mean, his wife, was she on the bikini team, man? You always hear about the Swedish
She
bikini
wasn't that
team.
kind of lady. She was very not that those girls aren't classy, but that wasn't the first thing I thought about her. She just looked very kind of pretty and presentable. Not particularly. You know what's funny? When you find out someone's from Sweden or Finland, you go, you got a lot darker hair than I think you would. You think it'd be blonde.
Well, Finns tend to be dark.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you see them and you go, when they're not real pale and blonde, you go, wow. It's just, you expect them to look like, I don't know. We don't have anything in particular nearby.
I spent a lot of time in Helsinki, and the Finns tend to be dark.
Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Next time I'm here, I'm looking at
drink.
Bill smoking
constantly.
a cigar. I have all this. I got a great box of cigars for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not the other day.
Yeah, not the other day. Yeah.
But I still have it, and I have a remnants of a cold. So,
well, I got a full-on cold, man. I'm sweating and coughing and hacking. I'm still smoking.
I got over.
I'm glad you're sitting over there.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, no shit. I picked the right spot.
What I do for a cold is I go and work my ass off. I go and work out real hard. I do some cardio.
Go ahead,
and
sweat
coughs
it out.
everything up. And I can tell you guys from all my encouragement, I've finally been able to not be able to get Luke and Bill to come and work out with me.
No.
What I started doing recently, right? I told you.
Relaxing. Playing basketball. Playing basketball.
First time in 15 years. Do you want to know an interesting thing, and then we'll move on?
You have a vertical leap of 5 feet.
Well,
5 inches.
I would. The interesting thing about not playing basketball for about 15 years and then picking one up is they are so much lighter than you think. My first 10 shots went not only over the backboard, but they went over the fence. Like
you play Key Largo
I
Park?
worked out more just sprinting 100 yards to go get the ball than I did actually.
We're fortunate for being such a small community down here.
Basketball Jones.
Is that
Ever
from
since I was a little baby, I'll always be dribbling.
Basketball Jones is from being there, isn't it?
No, man. Cheech and Chong, man.
Oh, I thought it was from being there. Or Hoop Dreams or something like that.
Dave.
What are you doing?
Dave, man.
Who is it?
It's Dave. Open up.
Oh, okay. Okay, no.
It's Dave.
Dave's not here.
It's Dave, man. The cops are following me. It's Dave.
Okay. Oh, man.
D-A-V-E, Dave. Now open up the goddamn door.
Okay,
Dave's not
so
here,
you know
man.
this is perfect.
We're getting to
because
theater.
this works out really good because we could go into we could still talk about Cheech and Chong, but the reason why Cheech and Chong was because of the pot culture. They were, I mean, in the 70s, the early 70s.
We had the albums, man.
I mean, was it when they get
They were
Cheech and Chong? They
fantastic.
came about maybe in the very late 60s, but they really hit their stride in the early 70s. And I remember they had the big white album with the big
rolling
piece of
paper.
rolling paper. in it.
My dad had that album when I was a kid. I remember that.
Big rolling paper, and they had that bit. They had the Dave Man
it took
thing,
a quarter
and they
pound of weed to really fill that paper out.
yeah.
A quarter pound. No, it
Okay,
did not.
and then this
Well,
is
how
where
much
Hang on, do you know
weed?
how much that is?
Yeah,
Where's
that's
my-
how much
Actually,
weed.
Do you know how big that rolling paper would
got
have
a
to
pretty
be?
good idea.
That's how big the big
I would
bamboo
just say that
paper
he's
was.
stretching that a little bit.
The nice thing
No,
about
it was
Key
a quarter
Largo
pound we
is
put in there.
you can always find your car if you don't drive it off a bridge or into a canal, but you may not always find your keys. And I have a story. One night,
Well, see, back then when you buy weed, it
Okay.
was full of seeds and
Here's
stems.
my-
So by the time you got a clean quarter
Sort of
pound,
roll-
It was only an ounce.
it's
roll
probably
joint.
2.5
Pick out
ounces.
why don't you
seeds and
share this with
stems.
our listeners then? Okay, once you clean out all your.
Yeah, they don't have that skunk weed anymore, man.
Remember that song about Acapulco Gold? No
yeah,
stems,
man.
no seeds that we
You
don't
don't
need.
need.
Acapulco Gold is a badass weed. Okay, so where are my fucking keys? You were playing a
damn
gig. You were playing a gig at the Catch, and right at the end, he couldn't find his keys. So all
Well,
the
because
workers,
Kimberly had taken my keys. And,
He's already making excuses.
And so I had a key on a little yellow thing, man, like a garbage tie. And the little yellow thing fell off, so I couldn't find
but
my fucking
45
key.
minutes, 45 minutes, everyone was looking for the keys, and I think they kept on looking for a little while, and then all of a sudden someone looks out the window and goes, "Hey, Luke's driving off." They're looking for his keys, and he doesn't tell anybody. I found him. He just takes off and goes to Caribbean
Well,
Club.
I was already
never did-
embarrassed.
He never found them. He actually found his spare key. It was like 4 days later when everybody blew up his phone and Kimberly's phone going, "Dude, your keys are at the crib."
You left them there.
Well,
how
no,
can he be at the
see,
crib?
what
No,
happened
I think Kim dropped them. The only reason we knew it was him.
I-
is
we were
I
probably
wanna
doing
revisit.
something nefarious out back, and we required a key for.
I don't know if it was
You know what you should do with it?
And
You ever seen the movie Papillon?
Yes.
Steve McQueen?
Yes.
I'm not sticking it in my butt, man.
Yeah. Luke.
No.
Luke, listen.
Maybe
I know,
if they vibrated, I
you're
would,
always
but-
going to know where they are. You're always going to know. You rat hole
Every
them,
step you take.
stash them right up there, just like
No.
Dustin Hoffman did. You're never going to lose them.
No.
Can I just revisit the fact he said that his keys were on a garbage tie?
Yeah.
Like what you keep your bread
Yeah.
closed with?
No, one of those.
Like, what do you
garbage
mean,
tie
a garbage
is
tie?
It's
You
a
know,
plastic,
it's
the
white-
plastic one,
or the
that with
yellow
the
plastic thing with the
with the
and you
triangle
shove it
opening.
down.
Okay,
Turtle
well, either way,
triangles
like
on it.
most people have keychains and. What, I mean, I just still don't understand why a garbage tie.
Luke's
I
a
don't
man
like
of
shit in
nature.
my
Luke's
pocket, man.
That's
Luke's
where
a
I
man
would've
of
started. I
nature.
would've
He
been like,
tries
what
not
kind of
to-
person is carrying their
Luke doesn't
keys?
try to waste anything, right?
My van key doesn't even have a key ring. It sits in the ignition of my van.
Well, nobody's going to steal that.
Nobody's
There's
gonna
probably a
steal
couple
that.
underage children in back there by the looks of it.
Josh mentioned when you came up, there were two strange-looking vans came on up.
This is how my keys got found
That's the
last
creepiest
time
van
I
I've
Yeah,
ever
there we go.
seen.
Oh, you got it. Wait,
It's my.
you got a dog
it's-
tag on there?
Yeah, from an
T-bone.
actual dog, though, not from the
T-bone.
military.
T-Bone, man, and so they called up Jeff Bailey and
Aw.
gave him the number on the thing. He said, "Oh, well, those are probably Luke's keys."
So if your dog runs off, they don't know who it is.
So
but
when
if you lose your keys,
the dog
you can track them through the
they
vet.
return them to the vet.
The dog is chipped. So.
You know what you should get? You should get a life alert on
Well,
that.
actually,
The way his mind works is amazing.
A life
This is
alert.
great.
if the dog ever runs off, everybody knows the dog. We'll just throw the dog in
Yeah.
the car and come down. Hey, Luke, I got your dog.
So we're not going to rat hole those keys up your butthole next time, your bunghole.
No, because they don't vibrate or anything cool.
Would you
so.
like that? Oh, there we go.
I don't even know what half
Little
of these
anal
motherfuckers go to anyway.
E-W-E-W-N, beer run.
Like Christopher Walken in Pulp Fiction, right? Hey.
Can you get me? I'll take one of those.
I'm having a Stellar.
I'll have the same. Oh, no,
I'm having a Miller's
the same,
Light.
The same as you.
Yeah, gotta say Miller's Light.
Yeah.
Miller's Light.
So,
Got it from a real Miller?
So, we're trying to establish some ways that we can. Probably. How about if we go to stash one in your hat? You never lose your hat.
No, but people are always yanking and tugging on it, knocking
they
it
could
off
steal
my
it, you
head.
think?
And, well, it'll just fall out somewhere. I mean, there's really no good place.
We could do an
to put that
attachment.
in here.
We could do attachment in there. We could do like a Velcro.
Look, this hat's about to start crawling around all by itself. So
How about a Velcro attachment in there?
no, that only lasts for a little while. And
How
then
about
it-
inside your shorts?
No, man, I barely even
Tastes like
can
nuts.
stand
Smell
wearing
like nuts.
shorts anyway,
Tastes like nuts.
man.
I mean, what do you put the keys in your mouth? I don't know why I said that. Okay, well, I mean, we're going to come up with some kind of answer. You never lose your sunglasses, do you?
Oh, all the time. Fuck, man. I lose sunglasses
your guitars?
more than.
What thing do you not
I have
lose?
driven off and left my guitar in a parking lot
Fuck,
before.
man.
You left it at Robbie's Marina a few years
Yes,
back.
I
I remember
did.
seeing
You know what
that.
you
You
need?
were freaking
You know what you
out.
need? A lot.
Yeah, because I had one stolen once, so I
A
overreacted
finger-
that
you know,
time.
they
But
got
that was
these-
my own fault.
Yeah. Fingerprint recognition lockbox on your car.
No, man.
He's got no
I got
fingerprints.
a piece of shit van. It barely runs. The windows don't work in it. You know, what the fuck am I going to do? Hell, at least radio works.
You know what, Luke? I hope we can get the show
And it
really
sorta works.
cranking because we'd like to get you a van. Maybe we could start one of those.
It's got to have no windows.
What do you call those? GoFundMe page?
GoFundMe.
Man, my dream van is any Ford Econoline.
My dream van
That's my
is
dream
anything
van.
but a fucking van.
For hauling equipment, man. And,
while
the
that-
reason I like the Econoline is because I've had
I-
several of them, of which I've put
Well,
over 500,000 miles on. And I always had a place to stay. I was
ever have
never
a-
homeless when
wait,
I had
Did he
one
say
of
half a
those
million
vans.
mile?
What?
How many miles you have on this one?
Oh, well, that's the POS. It's barely got 100,000 on it, and
Okay.
it's not. No, my other big Fords, man, I put about 250,000, 300,000 miles a piece on them, and the only reason, farm out, man.
Miller's
amazing.
Light. Remember,
Thank you,
Miller's
Bill.
Light. We're
Hey,
live on air.
They're milking the Miller right now.
No, until they pay me any kind of money, I am not saying their name.
I'm gonna. That you know what? I say that. I say it on the. But you know what?
My grandmother
it doesn't
used to
matter.
do
We
that,
can
too.
say you're right, and it's wearing shirts like that. I just want to send a shout out to some people that are listening to us. Our podcasts, other podcasts. One are the Heebie Jeebie podcast from Atlanta. They listen. They think you're funny as that. Heebie Jeebie. The Heebie Jeebie babes.
They're babes.
They are babes. Nora
I'm 35
and Ellie,
years
Ellie
old,
and
recently
Nora,
divorced.
and they do this podcast, and it starts out like horror movies and things like that, but they also do a little true crime and stuff. But they're real. They're real sweet and personal, and their listeners are showing they like they say me trying to manage a Luke is like herding a cat. And then it's the other show.
A flock of cats,
Now
man.
this other show, it's LSJ Media. It's science fiction podcast and science fiction film podcast, and it's Dean, Matthew, Joshua, and Jessica, and they review movies.
Oh, I
And they do
love it already. I want to listen.
Oh, they're awesome. But they just don't do science fiction. They do any movie. And they got these people, they got their members will nominate movies. So they just, I was listening to, they were doing the Planet of the Apes. And
the new one or the old one?
the new one. It's better. It's the
Wait a
best
minute.
parts of
Which
the
new one?
The one with the
Mark
the first,
Wahlberg in
the first
Arizona,
one,
or
the first one. There were 3. Like the first one was
that
Planet
is
of the Apes,
confusing.
and the
man.
second. Oh, you're right.
No,
there
but
were 2
even
first
before,
ones.
there was the one with Marky
You're right.
Mark.
There was James Franco was the first
Marky Mark
one.
and the Funky
But
Bunch.
Yeah, well, that's they talk
But
about
Marky
it.
Mark was the one they filmed it like
Dean
Paige.
and Matt.
No,
and,
the first one had Charlton Heston in
I'm
it.
talking about the
We're
first.
talking about the first remake.
First remake.
The first remake is Marky Mark, and then the second remakes are the trilogy we now have.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
And no. But
They should have me on their podcast.
No, they're awesome. They do
I wouldn't know who Marky
They're from
Mark was
Boston,
if he
so they
kicked
do
me
a
in the
real.
balls.
Oh, yeah, you would.
They do a really good
I'd have to
Mark
see a picture of
Wahlberg
him, I guess.
impression of a Mookie Boston guy. And
Oh, is that
I
Mark
can't even do
Wahlberg?
it.
Is he
and
Marky
they do
Mark?
this shit.
Shit.
They were doing it. Remember this?
Some
Hey,
funky rap band.
do you
in
remember
the
the remake?
80s.
Do you remember the remake?
The boy band thing,
Oh yeah.
man.
Do you remember the remake though, with the one with Mark Wahlberg?
No, man, I don't think I saw it.
Okay. Well, there's a scene in it where the apes are having a dinner party.
I did watch the new Star Trek, man. I thought that was pretty fucking good.
Okay, that's good. That's good to be on track. Wait a second.
But I don't know none of the actors in it. But the
Okay.
dude who did Spock was pretty awesome.
You're right.
And Uhura was fucking awesome
Uhura
looking,
was
man.
rocking.
I wouldn't call her. I don't care what a woman does. I wouldn't call her that. Oh, Uhura.
Uhura, yeah.
you said the whore.
I thought that was like a New Jersey accent for whore.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
the
Oh,
whore.
those are the chicks that if you
I'm
if
gonna
you
gradually
kiss
guide
them,
you back.
they have full control of you.
Guide
They-
him back.
Look,
Yeah, they
look.
make you look
Can we
like you're in
guide you?
charge.
I'm going to
Oh,
guide
sorry.
you right
No.
back in.
Eye contact,
right down
dude.
there to the Planet of the Apes, and they're doing a dinner party, and they're talking about how
Beneath the Planet of the Apes. You remember that one?
that was the original one, the one with the people that had the mask on and shit like that, and they but in the Mark
they worship the nuclear missile.
Mark Wahlberg one. They're saying like Mark Wahlberg. They start riffing on that Mark Wahlberg went to technical school and he got into space through technical school because he doesn't seem like a scientist or anything like that, which is like a scientist astronaut. But when they're having a debate on whether humans are intelligent, and one of the apes didn't like the way the other apes were treating the humans, and it was an ape being played by a Japanese actor. And they went immediately into a Japanese.
Full Japanese accent.
Oh, it was great. I do not want to be. No. Okay, I can't do the accent. No,
No.
yours is better. They go, you're dishonorable monkeys. You treat these humans with dishonor. At every instance, you should try to behead your enemy, but until the time, you must treat them with honor. And they go in this, and they go, Samurai Gorilla, and they go in this whole bit, Samurai Gorilla. And they go, Samurai Gorilla. On this week, Samurai Gorilla fight the tiger people. There are tiger people in the tall grass.
Hey, man, you remember Hong Kong food?
And
Number
they do
one
this whole
super
fucking
guy.
bit. Yeah, bring out the banana pudding.
Are they paying you? Because we're totally pumping their show up right now.
There's a
Hopefully
fucking-
they talk about your show.
No. It doesn't matter at this point because they've been around longer.
I'm joking. It's wonderful.
No, you're right. It is wonderful.
Do you want to know the basis to a good stereotypical horrible Japanese accent?
What? Let's hear it.
Just be raspy and angry and end everything in do-do-do.
Do-do-do.
I am on podcast do-do-do.
I
There you go.
like Long Duck
I did
Dong
it.
in 16 Candles. Donger, where's grandfather's car? Grandfather's car in Big Lake. Remember?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 35.
And he kicks him in the nuts.
I remember.
You
No,
don't remember
I don't
16
remember.
Candles, Luke?
No.
You just give me a blank.
No, I think I was
didn't mean to correct you, man. I didn't mean talk about fucking Planet.
No, man. I was just trying to remember that movie, man. Who'd that have? Ali Sheedy or somebody in it?
You're close.
Ali Sheedy.
She's one of the Brat Pack.
Oh, no.
Molly Ringwald.
That's better than what I thought he would guess.
Molly
That was good.
Ringwald and the guy.
Molly with the ring,
and the skinny
ringworm.
kid with the
Yeah,
braces.
man.
Holly Ringworm, yeah.
Holly
that's
skinny
good.
kid with the braces.
Man.
Yeah.
No, I didn't dig her because she cut her hair short, man. I like chicks with fucking long hair, man.
Somebody's just saying 316 to us.
316.
What is that?
Yeah, Sweet 16. There's another
Sweet
movie.
16.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I thought you were throwing out Bible
3:16.
verses.
I go like this. I go, holy shit.
That's
I thought we were thinking
really
of the
likes
Bible
Stone
verse.
Cold Steve
Matthew
Austin.
3, verse 16. Thou shalt not make fun of redheads.
So I tried to watch a really weird movie last night that won all these Oscars back in '72 called Midnight Cowboy with John Voight.
I love Midnight Cowboy. That's a great fucking movie.
I kept dozing off.
Sterling.
I don't even know what happened.
That was
in that
it.
movie.
That's Captain Sterling.
We want to thank Sterling, but somebody just keeps talking.
No, Luke. That's what Luke does best.
Well, what's fun is
you
when
don't
you
interrupt Luke.
Why?
We interrupt Luke all the time.
We don't interrupt their stream of thought.
I'll say one of my favorite things so far about
Yes,
this
sir.
podcast is watching you try to spit out information as fast as you can before he starts talking.
That's what I try to do.
I mean, this is just amazing. Just
I'm
watching
not
you just
speeding it up. That's not editing. I just go and come out as quick as possible. So this time he's talking about LSD.
Yeah.
That's acid to you and me. to Luke, that's candy.
You know, I was actually thinking about. It's been.
Problem is, there's no good acid anymore, man. It's all this fucking speed-laced, nasty.
I just let a cat piss in my
bathtub
face.
crap,
Hey, dude, that's the best trip ever.
Well, you go right ahead. You keep that up.
No, I still like
You know what?
mushrooms.
I don't know
man.
enough about cat urine to know if that's true or not.
It stinks really bad, I know, because cats pee on all my shit. All my equipment smells like. You go to my van right now, my van smells like cat piss because my window
But now
doesn't
I know
go.
why he's so fucked up.
So the cats get in my van and they fucking have piss wars on all my equipment.
No,
Yeah.
now if we're
This is my fucking van.
if we're going to talk about cats and
Looks
taking
like,
a
why don't I get any more gigs?
we got to
I mean, it
talk
only
about
smells
Luke's
like ammonia
Facebook post from last week.
Oh, it's worse than ammonia.
Do dogs bark at you all the time?
No, hell
Yeah.
no.
Shit.
No, we got to talk about Luke's Facebook post from earlier last week.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh,
Luke has Facebook.
yeah. So I'm sitting there. I got
Only because my wife's phone had to be changed and she went off, so I had to fucking shamelessly promote my fucking self. So I reactivated my fucking page. But now I got her hooked back fucking up on fucking Facebook. So fuck you, Facebook. I'm going to say goodbye again.
We get good stuff from you.
Okay,
I thought he got a cat hammock for
Yeah,
his,
you know what?
for his
There's no
cat.
danger of us ever getting a sponsorship from Facebook, so you can do whatever you want. But don't say that about Google, please.
No.
They can slow down our stream.
Google is
like,
cool, man.
There you go.
Mike
Google's
Zuckerberg
They can slow down. They can slow down all our streaming and
And
shit
I
like
have
that.
to admit, even though I'm an Apple fan, fucking Ask Google is way better than fucking Siri. Fucking
Siri is-
Google is Johnny on
Google
the fucking
Assistant.
spot.
Google Assistant, I like it. I like our voice.
Wasn't
It's
Bill about to
superior.
say something funny?
Yeah, no, we're getting there. We'll get back around there eventually.
I like Mark Zuckerberg though. You ever seen that movie Social Network?
I don't like him because he sold
Mark
fucking
Zuckerberg was not
advertising
actually
time
in
to
the movie
Russians
Social
and stuff.
Network. Just
The character
FYI.
was depicted by what's his name? Aaron Sorkin.
Nope.
Never seen it.
Sorkin?
Nope, you're not even close.
Sorkin?
Oh, damn.
No, wasn't he a writer?
Sorkin.
He was the writer. The guy that wrote West Wing.
Josh
is the one that wrote
has got this all fucking take care of.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Wait,
no,
wait.
I'm loving listening to
Aaron
him.
Sorkin was the one that wrote Facebook, Social Network.
But you said it in Social Network.
No, what I meant depicted.
He wrote it.
He was depicted. Yeah, I mean the actor actually portrayed him.
depicted
Oh, there you go.
I thought you were talking about the actor portraying him.
A betrayal. I think betrayal.
Portrayal.
Portrayal.
You're
Not
saying
betrayal.
portrayal.
You say betrayal. I thought, I thought that
Hey,
was
don't
happening
fuck
there.
with my
Portrayal.
Philadelphia accent. There's a lot of shit you say fucked up.
Well, fucking
No,
A, man.
We speak perfectly good English.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with you people.
Fucking hillbillies.
Anyway,
I love these guys.
I get a video from Luke's phone and post on Facebook, and I'm going, oh, cool.
I gotta hear this.
He got a cat hammock for his cat.
Really?
So I'm looking at this, and he's got this cute little green little cat hammock, and I see him play with the cat. And only about 30 seconds in the video, when it slides over and you see his ankle, you realize it's his underwear strapped between his legs. He's sitting on the toilet with his cat in the middle, playing with it. And this is on Facebook.
A cat hammock? That's a wonderful invention. I'm going to ask Josh to describe another invention for cats.
Well, have you ever heard of kitten mittens? Let me ask you something. Are your cats too loud? Do they make tons of noise when they walk?
Boom,
How
boom,
about
boom,
actually,
kitten mittens?
Oh, man, you know how
It can
cats
drive
can't
you
stand
crazy.
Right
man.
now,
No,
I have
actually,
my
my-
hand going from my head to
Actually, my
insinuate
big gray kitty cat, you can ask Lords this, man, my good friend Lords, because she babysat him. My big gray cat, he is a heavy walker, man. Boom, 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 boom.
You're wild.
Even my fat cat doesn't stomp as hard as he does.
You know, Luke's wild.
I knew a guy with like 50
He's
cats
wild
would
about
need
the pussy.
kitten mittens.
I only got 3 cats, man.
He is, isn't he, Bill?
And a dog.
No, I've got 6 fucking cats.
You
Oh,
know
you
what?
got
It's
more
like,
cats than
you know
anybody.
what? You always hear.
I have one.
We won't talk about the fact there's a legal minimum amount of pets you're allowed to own in this area. So let's not talk about your 6 cats.
I have one grumpy old
I'm not
outside
southern,
cat.
not southern or northern. Country people and northern people. When people are going to display sociopathic, psychopathic tendencies, it's always towards cats first.
Oh, yeah, man. Your worst
That's because
serial
they're complete
killers
little
always start
bastards.
with
Wait a minute.
killing
What
cats.
about the son of Sam? Was that a dog
bastards.
talking to him? Ain't nobody ever been told to kill people by a cat.
No, what I'm saying
talking
is
about
when they're little
harming them.
kids, when they start before
When they're
a serial
harming them.
killer
Oh,
always
and
starts out
there
as
was
a cat
guys. I
killer.
remember
Well,
in
that's
high
'cause the
school
cat doesn't look as-
when a guy starts talking about like this is what we do, and I go, I'm looking at him with consternation, not understanding. I just look at someone. I'm in high school. I'm going, how can you harm a being?
No,
I understand that thing where people have the thing when you burn up ants with the magnifying glass and you don't see it as
Well,
the
you
same
just quit
level.
doing that when
as
you're
a-
5, man.
No, but when you start
Nah.
seeing you're torturing living things.
No, for me, I was killing birds long before I was killing humans.
Oh. You know what? The heebie-jeebie babes are
I
going to hear
actually
that. They're
didn't.
going to love that stuff.
Actually, when I
You
was a
might
little
be
kid,
one of an
I
interesting
shot a
pair. I'm gonna
bird
have
with
to
a
introduce
BB
you to them.
gun, and after I did that, I was like, I felt so bad because I killed this bird with a BB gun.
I think I killed a bird
I shot my
once.
sister with a BB gun.
I will shoot a hog in a
shot my
I
heartbeat.
was in so
across
much
the
trouble.
field.
It went into like a layer into her skin. Like they had to pop it out. I was in so much trouble. But my sister was a horrible human being, but I love her to death now.
Oh, good.
Wait a second. I heard great stories you told me about your sister.
Did I tell you about when
Is
she
she
used
your
to
younger or
she-
older sister?
Older sister.
Oh yeah.
And she
are you the
would-
baby or are you in the middle?
Oh, I got it.
Oh, shit changed, man.
I was one of the things I always remember of her and how horrible she was when we were kids. Now I love her now. She used to like to tackle me with a beanbag, and she would sit there and read a book. And every now and then she'd reach underneath, she'd tickle me, and she'd mess around. She wouldn't let me up until I pissed myself. Once I pissed myself, she'd reach her hand under there, she'd feel the wetness. Not a word. Get up, take this beanbag away, and walk off.
That's a little weird.
That's a keeper, Josh. You know what I mean? That's a real
weird.
keeper.
Well,
When you
So
let
how many
someone-
kids does
now
she
I know why
have
she's so
now?
nice to me.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Now.
a baby in my family by a lot of years.
Yeah.
My sister was 20 years older than me.
Well, oh no, I met Bill's. I didn't meet your family.
my
and you
mother's
probably
sister.
never will.
He met
What,
my
your sister
he
is
met-
20 years younger than you?
No, older than I am.
Oh,
but
yeah.
she's dead now, so
Oh,
technically,
sorry to hear that, buddy.
Yeah, she's old, but she's dead.
You're not going to meet her. Yeah. No, Jim
She's
got
old, but she's dead.
Jim
I
got the-
mean, if I make it another 8 years, I'll have lived
You'll
as
be
long
there.
as she did.
There
She
you go.
died at age 62.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Jim got to hang out with my mother and my sister one night.
Yeah, that was that night I told him.
You'll never hang
I
out
called
with
him
my
Billy,
mom, ever.
and they started laughing.
Let's you go to her house.
Do they both have big beards too?
No.
Oh, they're
no.
nice-looking women, fine-looking
No.
women.
My sister does have a huge rack, though.
Oh God, you know
She
what? I
does,
don't.
my God.
Okay, you're
I grew up
factual.
with I grew up with
Factual
this thing.
information. I just turn a blind eye to it when I go see
Speed or
it.
pleasure,
Hey
Jim?
man, I had some
Jim,
really fine looking
were they built for
cousins,
speed or
man.
built for pleasure?
I still
Speed,
do.
okay.
Dude, I grew up with those, man. She always had a big old wop 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 wop.
Okay,
wop.
okay.
Yeah. No, he's,
All I know is that that's why I
podcast
started
is coming into-
You know what's
turning
funny?
into
That's why I
taboo,
started calling
too.
him. That's why I started calling him Billy. I mean Bill.
You can still call me Billy.
I don't know. You know what? I like to call people what they like to be called. Like I don't mind being called Jimmy, Jim, Jimbo,
James.
James. You know what I mean? Jim and Jimmy are the friendlier one, and Jimbo are when you're friends with someone. James is when some woman is interested in you, I think, or you're gonna get fucked up by somebody.
I call you James.
You call me James?
Yeah, I called you James. You just walked in.
Let's see your interest.
I think I'm.
Yeah,
oh,
what do
man.
you think of me?
Okay. Well,
Damn
I'm
it,
looking at you that differently than maybe.
Yeah, we're both good-looking guys. I mean, come on.
I don't talk. You know what? I did talk about myself that way before. I had two
You didn't
Polish
say
girls.
that in the mic, man.
Yeah, no.
I
You
just-
have to repeat that
Oh,
again.
I
Hey,
threw
Bill,
up a
why
little
you
bit
do
there.
that? I don't talk about how you look, and you laughed when he said that.
Oh no, I'm laughing at the connotations of that. That's just a little.
We're a couple of narcissistic dudes here.
Oh, you're talking about the gay. He's talking about the gay stuff.
Oh, see, yeah, no, see, I'm told.
that
Yeah,
might be
see,
a li-
that's
might
just
have been
because he's
just-
We don't
insecure.
have a
That might
problem
have
with
been
that,
just a
though.
little bit
We don't
gay.
have a problem with gay people.
That was a little bit gay. I have no problem with gay
Hey, man, I believe in freedom, man. People should be able to free to do the fuck they want, man. As long as they don't hurt little kids and they don't hurt animals,
we were
I'm
playing at the
fucking
crib
good
one
with
night,
them,
and there's this guy walked in with fucking high heels,
little
a
ass
red
play
thong,
coming on,
and
so-
Oh yeah. After listening to
Recreational
your last episode,
cornhole in West Virginia.
There we go.
We're not in love. It's just recreational cornholing. It's wrestling for
That's that
position.
thing. That's like that prison thing. It's not really
Sorry,
gay
I didn't mean to
sex
interrupt
because,
you.
you know,
I
they
think
were
you were
having
there. We had the
women
guy
around, you know?
in the high heels, the red thong, and the three-quarter length.
Oh my
Yeah, that's just
God,
pretend
I
what you're
forgot
talking
all
about.
There's nothing
that.
wrong with
That's
it.
just- that's just pretend.
There's nothing wrong with
I'm
it,
not
but
sure
it's that
what you
thing,
got
that
going on there,
closeted
buddy,
thing
but you're
where
fucking fantastic.
Here we got all
Keep
the
on going.
conversations
That's the best thing
going
I've
on.
seen all night.
all four of us
That
talking
was-
at once.
That
This
was
is great
hilarious,
podcasting.
man. I remember that.
It
man.
works.
It's
It works
working.
for us. It's the way we do things, right, Luke?
We do things just so fucked up that it doesn't matter
until
anyway.
we do one of the radio plays,
Yeah.
right? Which come to you tomorrow. We're doing the next episode.
Okay.
What are we
We're
doing?
Transitioning. What?
Radio play. What do you mean?
Radio play.
I have a radio play. I have an
Micro
ongoing radio
radio
play. It's
play.
called.
the thing about the chick's teeth.
Yeah. It's a true story.
Oh.
You know, really
no,
happened?
I was listening to that and I was just going.
That's
So like you, whenever
Yeah.
I texted you and I
Hey,
was
if
like,
it
what
wasn't-
kind of
if it wasn't-
subject matter are we going to be talking about? And then you never got, and I was nervous, and then so I listened to the episode, and then it got to that story, and I went, nope, not nervous at all.
Oh, because the content was horrible.
Oh, because this was just going to be the easiest thing I've ever done.
Well, it really happened.
I'm already the funniest person on this show.
Oh, okay. That's good. You think that?
I'm just messing with them.
That's
It was a
funny
big
as hell.
joke. It was actually really funny
I like
and good.
That.
I'm sorry.
No, I like that. I like it. I'm not hurt. I don't have it hurt because. But what I did is what I try to do is what.
You said butt.
He said butt.
Okay, ass.
But the way you said
with
butt.
another question.
With two T's.
No. What I said is I change.
B-U-T-T-Y.
I
He's
take
my
true
butty.
stories, and I bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up to a different thing. You know what I mean? Like
I don't usually have to amplify mine. Mine are so fucked up to begin with, but they're true, man.
No, I'm not saying amp it up. Actually, the ones are they're kind of fucked up stories. What I try to do is I misportray it as kind of classier, and then a protagonist comes in or another person, an overseeing observer comes in and explains, no, that lady is a derelict, and so is her boyfriend. And I try to make it like a little
Now
more
you sound like you're talking about me and my old lady, man.
I'm not talking about you guys.
I wasn't even found in the canal after the hurricane,
I lost him
man.
when he said overseeing observer.
Thanks,
no
Jim.
change.
Hey, you want to say hi?
Overseeing
Okay.
observer.
He didn't want-
That's
he
a
didn't
pretty
want to say
redundant
hi.
little thing right there, right? Do you
What?
think so? Overseeing observer.
Yeah.
If you're overseeing, you are observing.
Yes, you
Right?
know.
It's redundant.
It's
I love it,
unless
though.
you
I
mean
wanna
an
use it.
overlord.
I'm using it.
You know.
No, but someone that sees all of it going on. And
Oh, you
then
mean
they
God,
make
the invisible guy in the sky, yeah.
Objective observation, where I make a subjective one when I see it through my lenses because I want to see it that way. Because otherwise, if I don't see it that way, I see a bunch of losers coming in and asking a bunch of stupid questions.
Makes it hard to masturbate when you can't imagine what you want to masturbate about, you know? And that way, that's what you're basically saying, right? That you see things the way you want to see it. It's like...
Well, when it comes to masturbation, yeah, that's a different thing, yeah. But you're right. But
it's
in
like
this
putting
case,
a
I'm telling the
bag
story.
on an ugly girl's head and fucking her for the
I
unknown
think
comic.
I use it as a humor device, and I figure. I saw one time I saw this guy do this commercial for Lotto, and he says how he won the lottery with his girlfriend, and it was an older man, and he's talking about how he got his ticket, and he goes, I drove up in my truck, and he shows this really buff young guy jumping out of a giant monster truck with his kind of cheerleader, professional cheerleader girlfriend, and the guy's like 70 years old and stuff like that. It's just the way people portray themselves or see themselves or want to see themselves, and then someone comes in and says, that's not really how it is. You're a fucking
Tell that to
asshole.
anybody that's ever went on an internet date, man.
Oh,
you know?
well,
Hey, you don't
what?
look like your picture at all.
Oh, you know what? It's gonna until that day.
picture do you use?
You son of a bitch.
It's what's it? Match.com, the big one in eHarmony. I can't wait till 20-year anniversaries from some like the CDC or something to say, well, the highest level of man and wife homicides come from eHarmony and Match.com. You know, because There's no fucking way anybody's actually telling the truth about themselves.
No, I like Ashley Madison, man.
In real life,
that's
I
my
barely.
favorite one.
Well, see, the
In
problem
real
with Ashley
life, I barely
Madison
tell
is
the
I
truth
don't
about
think
myself.
there's actual
Oh, shoot, the first
woman
couple
signed
months.
up for
no, but it's all
Ashley
dudes.
The first couple
looking
months of a
all
relationship,
dudes.
I'm a college graduate, and I've done all these things I've
I'm a
never
world
done.
explorer.
Yeah,
I'm a lot like Indiana Jones.
yeah. I'm sorry.
No, when someone
to
portrays
any
themselves,
woman
they're
that I've
portraying
been with.
themselves the way they can't go. Well, I really haven't left the house in about 3 months, and man, if I had the opportunity, I wouldn't shower for weeks.
I'd be pretty good. I'd
Yeah,
be pretty
you
good
don't
with
wanna
my
know that.
description on that. Luke probably would be too.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
have any
man, I
calls
could
though
sit
if
there
you
and
do
go,
it.
I'm
man.
into jerking off to internet porn at least 2 or 3 times a day.
Playing with my guitar.
Sometimes I like to touch my own butthole
Well,
while I
listen,
jerk
mark my
off,
word, in
and,
10 years.
And
these
my
robot
ideal
girlfriends are
woman
going to change all
is about
those
4
things.
foot tall,
There's
has a flat
match.com,
head.
Robot girlfriends and robot girl
It's like set a beer on top
boyfriends
while she gives
will
me a
be-
blowjob.
There you
will
go.
be the key, because you think about it. How much does it cost? You get a loser mate,
Yeah.
male or female. If you're not doing really well with that, let's say you're a sad sack and you can't get a regular person, why not pay $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 for a robot girlfriend?
Hey, man,
she'll
some of
hate you
those
too.
robot chicks
What?
are hot,
She'll probably
man.
hate you too.
I know, and once they get
No, he's
that,
right. Some of those robot chicks are hot.
Yeah, once
And
they
they're really
Jesus.
perfecting that Jenna
Nowadays,
Jamison
those
pussy,
those
man,
crazy,
on
yeah, those
girls,
crazy
man.
dolls.
That isn't the benchmark. You got to
Those
watch
real
that,
dolls?
Luke. That's not always the best one, just because she's
Well,
a
no,
porn
but she
star.
did plow
There's a lot
ground,
of girls.
man.
There's a lot of girls that haven't been in porn that have that good part.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I actually bought Jenna Jameson's butt just so I could fuck her in the butt, man. And that's all it was. It was
I
just
never
a butt.
heard this.
That's
Yeah,
all
it's
it
just
was.
it's just I've
Just
seen
a
this
butt
before.
with a
I know what he's
hole
talking
in
about.
it.
It's just a latex.
I think that's such
it's
a
like
wonderful
I like
thing that
that
you're
idea.
With a
opening up
little
to
thing.
us, Luke.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
never-
disgusting me.
I've never
no.
used one, by the way. I just know what he's
I love
talking
that.
about.
Now you can say,
Disclaimer.
hey.
You know what?
Now, when we're going
to
if you want to revisit Fleshlights,
See, anyway,
No,
aspersions.
now when you're a group of guys, you go, dude, I fucked Jenna Jameson's butthole. High fives all around.
No, it's
There
not.
you
It's a
go.
latex.
no, he fucked some
facsimile.
rubber
Oh,
that
that's
looked
okay.
like
Yeah,
but it's
anybody's
made
butthole.
in her
Don't have to
dimensions
tell
and
all that.
stuff,
You
man.
can say,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
fucked
he
Jenna
could've just-
Jameson's
And if you
butthole.
want to
would've
make it
just
even
thought.
realistic, you can
That's
show a little shit
one of
in
the
it.
commandments. You know, that's idols.
I'm not facing
False
the
idols.
crowd behind us. Are there children?
No.
There's
Okay.
a woman with a child staring right at you
Okay,
when
good.
you said Jenna Jameson's
Okay,
a
well, fuck
asshole.
her.
Well,
All right.
the thing is, man, kids scare the shit out of me anyway, and
Sad trap.
this is what I don't get about
trap.
conservatives. They're so against birth control
sad traps.
and abortion, but after the kid's born, they don't give a
Sad
fuck.
trap.
Sad trap.
I'm like, hey,
Because
man.
a satrap is it's
Not a sand trap.
it's a
Should be on
Persian,
birth
no, a
control.
Persian regional governor.
Yes.
I think we
No,
should
satrap.
supply
I never had
free.
never had kids because I
man.
believe
Okay.
them to be
This
a
would
sad
be a lot better
trap.
place
I know
if we
you
Because
would.
I
if we had
figured like
proactive
even
birth control.
Oh, see.
Especially
This is a
you
conversation
start it
when they're not
the
talking.
girls
I know.
are fucking.
He's still walking. He's talking about
I love it.
asshole.
No, I'm talking,
we're talking
about
we're
birth
talking about
control
more
Oh,
proactive
geez,
birth
they're
control.
actually-
universally for all chickies, and
How about
let's
for
say,
guys?
or if they come up with
Guys
a good
too,
one
man.
for guys,
How about
you
guys?
know?
If
They do have a
injected in
good
your
one. It
nuts.
only costs a couple $100s. Actually, it's cheaper than most women's birth
Yeah, but
control.
that's an
We just don't want to do
operation,
it.
and
It's an outpatient thing that takes like 2 hours. We're just
Well,
men and
the
we don't
thing
want to
is-
talk about it.
No,
Is,
nobody's going to clip my clip.
Yeah, no, I got
Snip,
you, but you're
snip,
sitting
clip.
here like.
No,
Just
no,
saying.
what I'm
They gave me
saying
a period
is,
of time
for guys.
I agree,
Well,
but I'm saying,
I really wouldn't. If I
would
had
you
a
rather just
professional I
take a
trusted,
pill once
I
a
wouldn't have
day?
a problem
You know
with
what I
deciding
do?
not.
Man,
You know what I do?
But I'm 54 years
You know
old.
what I
I
do?
figure-
Don't you?
Do you know
Use
what I
the
do?
pull
No.
out before you
I only
contact me.
date postmenopausal women.
Well, there
I know
you
I'm
go.
35.
Oh
I
my
just
God,
I only
man,
date
you're
people
a
60
glutton
plus.
for fucking punishment,
There you
man.
go.
Those
Yeah,
women
no,
are
it's all
that
good.
shit crazy. I know. I'm married to one.
Why don't you just get? Why don't you get a genetically formulated female with Stalin and Hitler?
By the way, I have a wonderful girlfriend that is not 60 years old.
Okay,
Disclaimer.
I forgot. On that note, on Monday morning,
She's gonna listen, I gotta
tell
make
a
sure I
short,
say that.
short story, and you can comment on it.
My old lady never pays attention to
She's
shit I
actually
ever
she's
say.
premenopausal,
Okay.
and so therefore I pull out and come on her tits.
I see. Okay.
I got a good story for Luke here.
This is so my. Okay, your story.
Saturday night, I'm walking out the crib, and the bass player from Silver Spine pulls me off to the side.
Again.
He's talking to me, man. Hey, yeah, Luke, how you doing? No, how's that? I'm going. Look, I really like the I really like the fact that you guys did a whole bunch of set changes and did some different music for the crowd, and you're really doing a good job there. And then Kimberly walks up, and I'm like, "Hey, wifey," and she's going, "Are we doing this again?" I'm laughing. I'm like, "Yeah," and I finally owned up, going, "No, I'm the other one. I just look like him."
So that same night, a girl walked up to me at the Big Chill and goes, "Oh, hey, Jimmy." Thought I looked like Jimmy Hawkins.
Oh, you thought he looked like me?
Yeah.
They thought
Hey, Jimmy, put on
Jimmy
some weight.
Hawkins, man.
Because a lot of people confuse us.
Hey,
Jim, you're walking with less of a limp.
Jim and I do not look at all alike.
You don't. Or maybe a little bit.
Hey.
I could never clean up that good, man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you probably
Jim's pretty
hell
sparkly,
no.
man. You know? I bet he even took a shower today.
Twice.
Twice.
Wow.
Damn.
I went to the gym. in the morning.
So don't you
what?
touch
Sometime
yourself
I'm
in
gonna
an
tell you
impure
my
manner when you
exercise
shower?
routine is shit I put my people through at the spin class I teach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, listeners, I'm a spin instructor, and I'm a ball buster. I'm told.
For those of you that don't know what spin is, it's people on bicycles going nowhere.
You know what? You're going to
Why the
Fitnessville,
fuck
man.
do you
That's
call
what
it
you're
a
fucking
spin
doing.
class? I thought
You're
you were
getting-
jumping around and spinning like those
Like a
figure
dervish?
skaters
Like
on
a
the
world
goddamn
From what I know
Olympics,
is being
man.
a spin instructor, the hardest thing you got to do is pick a playlist. If I was a spin instructor, I would play Limp Bizkit's Keep Rolling, Rolling for an hour and a half straight.
What I do is I'm on the
What
bike.
are we supposed to do?
I'm working,
Keep
I'm working
rolling.
out with them and DJing the class, and then I've changed with the mood of the class.
Yeah.
So I DJ the class. I don't have a playlist.
Do you have a death metal spin class that I can
I
attend?
use death metal. I use some death
Oh,
metal.
I would love that. Just
I
Cannibal
use some
Corpse.
punk. I use some death metal. I
I'm
use some
thinking we
country,
need to
like country
branch
rock.
out and get you
Man,
some
Master of
bluegrass.
Puppets will get
I'll
you
use
going,
bluegrass.
man.
I got bluegrass.
Throw some Billy Strings in your thing, man. Grandpa's cough medicine.
There
Yeah,
you go.
no, that's a
I
great
got it.
band.
I do that. Well, I'm going to tell you about Monday. I'm going into the gym, and they have a digital board where they have announced all the classes for the day, and right on the bottom they have an inspirational quote, and I'm reading it, and it said, "Okay, so it's great. It's not visuals because it says you need to try to have triumph." And what they did, they spelled try the right way, T-R-Y, but in quotations, triumph was spelled T-R-I-H-U-M-P-H, triumph,
TRYHUMP.
T-R-I.
Try.
Oh,
H-U-M-P-H.
I thought it was TRY.
No,
then,
no,
like,
triumph. So they misspelled.
hyphen
They made the right spelling.
Yeah.
So the second one isn't correct either. So T-R-I in triumph is
So
wrong.
what does this
And humph.
mean anyway?
Well, triumph is T-R-I-U-M-P-H.
It's a motorcycle, yeah.
No,
fine.
but it's.
do you ride a tri-hump?
You know, yeah. No, but
I already get where he's
it's
going.
like hump is a laundry detergent from the 1950s, and they put a thing and said, "Try hump to get your clothes vibrantly clean." You know what I mean? I'm looking at the girl, and the girl's looking at me. He says, "What? I picked that quote out myself. I thought it was inspirational." I said, "Well, I just think
It
the
is
misspelling."
inspirational. Take your clothes
I
off.
think this way. I know.
That's
she-
pretty
It's inspirational.
Actually, I thought the girl was very sweet, and I thought I would be very happy if she was my daughter. I don't think girls that way when they're not young. I say I lie. I mean, I say that because my wife listens to the
No,
podcast.
I was laughing. We were sitting out back. We were doing a
Your wife
benefit.
listens
We were
to
doing a
this.
benefit couple weeks ago, and I had this cute little 23-year-old girl. Me and
Yeah.
a buddy of mine were sitting out back there. We're passing a whiskey bottle. She's sitting there, and we're just laughing, shooting shit. And she's like, "Well, you guys are just pretending like I don't have tits." And I'm like, "Oh, you're like 22. Come back in 20 years and talk to me."
Yeah, that's what he was thinking, ladies. Yeah, if you believe
seriously.
that.
No, whenever I see those young hot girls, I just look them square in the face and tell them the truth, man. Baby, I can disappoint you in ways you ain't never even been disappointed yet, man.
Have you ever had anybody come dust on your tits?
You know, I used to take a towel to clean up. Now it just takes one little square of toilet paper.
No, man.
Just a light blow.
Feather duster, just knock that dust off there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen, how long are we into the show?
We're 48.
Oh, we're 48. I think we're going to be starting wrapping it up. But to end the show, I just want to give one thing. I got these. I got these things from Jack Handy's Deep Thoughts from Saturday Night Live. And
now,
there's one.
Jack
I'm just going to
Handy.
read one. And I don't know if it's pertinent or not, but it's about peace and distracting people. If you're in a war, instead of throwing a hand grenade at your enemy, throw one of those small pumpkins. Maybe it'll make everyone think how stupid war is. And while they're thinking, you can throw a real hand grenade at them.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to thank Josh Kassel for
Thank
being
you for
here.
having me. I hope I can come back again.
Josh is a
Anytime.
bartender at
I'm at Buzzard's Roost Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights. The weekday nights we do a great happy hour, by the way. Go
Hey,
ahead.
I'm going to be playing over there, filling in for
Somebody.
Some dude
From
from
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Does he listen to
the
this
best thing we do
podcast?
for Luke.
No.
If he doesn't listen to this
I know
podcast,
his name,
I'd
but-
rather
Are you
you
still-
play,
are you
so
still
I'm glad
playing?
I'm seeing you.
Do you still play at Gilbert's?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Okay, you can
Twice a month.
go to Luke's Facebook page if you want to find out currently when
Go
he's
to my
playing.
wife's Facebook page because
Okay.
I'm canceling mine again.
guy-
I fucking hate goddamn fucking Facebook.
The guy from Wisconsin.
Okay, well you should have a website.
and I can see
Yes, I
he
know.
wears a nice
He
hat.
sings like it's
Okay.
from Wisconsin. So far away from here. Like it
so
sounds-
far away.
So far away.
Okay, and then we got Bill Wissinger. Woo! Okay. And the places he plays at.
Well, it sounded like people
I
from
play
Minnesota.
all over. I'll play anywhere
Luke's
that
all
people give me
stepping all
money.
over your thing. He
That's
plays all over.
Hey,
he
you
plays all over.
working Saturday daytime?
This Saturday?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to check with Kim. I think that's going to be
It's
the
gonna take
answer
a
to that
couple
one.
What time during the day?
1 to 4.
I can do that.
Okay, cool. You're on.
They could literally do this
It's
when you're done wrapping up the
shipwreck.
show.
Shipwrecks.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
We could do
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to put that in my plastic brain. So I
come
don't
with his
forget.
phone.
I'll call your wife too.
Okay. I want to thank the Blackwater Siren for having us here.
Jesse does a
They're on
fantastic
the
job down
They're
there.
on the
Yeah, I'm
they're
at
on the
the
south
catch
side of Jewfish
Saturday
Creek.
night.
Okay, cool.
On the other side of the bridge when you're heading south. On the
What is that,
first
Anchorage?
exit, Yacht Drive, I think.
Yacht Club
Yacht
Drive.
Club.
Yacht Club
Fucking
Drive.
drive,
Yacht Club
man.
Drive. So when you're coming over the bridge, when you're coming from the north heading south, you go over the bridge and then you make your turn off. When you're heading north, it's the first exit when you get on the bridge.
He's done the geography around here like 5 times, and he won't say Jewfish Creek.
Yeah, no, he said
He
Jewfish
does
Creek.
not.
I just said
Did you say
Jewfish.
Because
I
I'm
got
like,
Jewfish.
why won't you just say
I got
Jewfish
Jewish
Creek?
people in
Everybody
my
knows what that
family.
is.
He's got
I'm not
Jewish people sitting
anti-Semitic.
next to
No,
him.
no, I'm
He's
not saying
Jewish.
you are. I'm just saying that you
He's
might
Jewish.
feel
No,
like you don't want to
I'm
say Jewfish.
feeling very Aryan sitting next to this Jewish man.
Of course, according to my mother, I haven't been Jewish for a long time.
That was really good.
That's me. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Jim, the Keys bartender. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hey, if we don't see it before it rains, may all your showers be golden.
There you go.
If we don't see it before it rains, piss on you.
There you
Hey,
go.
make sure you come and see us, and if you can't come, see a doctor.
We do appreciate all you listening, all you people listening to us. Thank you so much.
The Home Depot's making it easy to turn your favorite moment into the perfect color for any room with the Project Color app. Upload any image, then discover the colors and paint to match. Now you're a swipe and a click closer to everything you need for your next project. Explore the most popular colors and trending palettes to find your perfect paint. Get a colorful new experience with the Project Color app, then shop our best brands with gallons starting from just $25.97 at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.